Hello amazing people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Aryan Kumar and today I'm going to again teach you all about SAT Basic Maths. As we were going through a series on my channel that was all about SAT Basic Maths. We started with initial mathematics, that was algebra. Later on focusing upon crucial topics such as there were total 8 concepts I can say that we learned initially on my channel. Gradually improving upon the examples, we did a lot of solutions on my channel. We eradicated few problems that majorly guys face in SAT test, and of course these tips that are directly driven from SAT digital SAT tests, basically examples, past papers and all. I have taken this tips from them. So starting with our tip number one, that is okay, sorry for the shadow, you kind of ignore it. Slope is the ratio of your x and y, or y and x, right? You can simply have an idea of a ratio. What is a ratio? That means somewhat in between of y and x. That is known as our slope. The thing that is in between of y and x is known as our slope. Okay, so if it's asked for no solution ratio x to y, slope should be the same. Okay, so if they have asked for a no solution, your slope should be the same. Okay, you can have an particular example by this equation. You can simply check it out, how it's getting solved, how it's getting multiplied by the given value, and simply giving us the answer. As again, you can simply check it out here. It's getting multiplied by the same slope as per the equation above. Let me just set my phone right up there. The second, not second, the third one tip is put the variable that is given to the equation and find the length of difference of your answers. Okay, so what it means, put the variable that is given to the equation, put the variable uh, to the equation, right? For example, there is variable 2 and there is equation 2x minus 2 3x, right? And the variable is equal to x, then you'll simply plug it out in the equation. That is how you plug variables in an equation. Then find the length of difference, such as there is a point, such as if you are solving it and you are having two answers in it, 1 and 8. So the difference among them will be your actual answer, such as 1 to 8 there is a minimum distance of 7, so the 7 would be your answer. Okay, so that is another tip for it. Fourth tip is, for knowing vertex of your equation, divide it by its midpoint. Okay, midpoint, for example, I am drawing a graph here. The midpoint is, you can say, x. Okay, so the value is, initial value is 2. So if you have to divide it, the midpoint should be considered as the vertex, and 2 upon x, that gives you any particular value. And yeah, that is how you can find a vertex in an equation, in a value. Okay, so I hope that's it for you. You can initially search a lot of type of tips and tricks. You can maybe find better ones as well. You have to search, basically. You can learn through various ways. You can have inspiration from Khan Academy as well. That is how I study SAT. um, that is from where I study SAT. So the fifth tip is focus on must, what, focus on must be true questions. Okay, that was my mistake. Focus on must be true equations. You should focus upon them. The word must carries a lot of moral values, right? If there's a question saying must, so you have to find the answer anyhow. There is no other way to solve it out. You have to simplify it as much as you can and have your answer. That is how uh, the question means, if it is asking must be true. Okay, so that is for our page number 1 of tips and tips, tricks. Let's move forward on our again tricks and tips that can actually help you. Let me just switch my page. Okay, so here are some quality tips and tricks again. SAT Maths, markup tables and graphs. Okay, always when you're solving any exponential equivalent question or slope intercept question, you must mark up the tables, the given tables in equation, and graphs, right? For example, a graph is saying uh, 8 to 10 and it is going above, and the question is asking what is the mid value, so you would simply eradicate it by saying 2. That is how you can understand the logic of questions, by marking them out. Okay, so this was our tip number 1 from calculator side, I guess. So yeah, it is a calculator side. That was the previously we did was non-calculator side. Okay, so the second tip for it is avoid rewriting problems that will consume a lot of time. So don't waste your time in it, because you only have, I guess, 1 minute per question. So try to save it as much as you can. The third tip for it would be, with word problems, focus on cancelling units, such as I am having kg, another kg. Okay, cancelling them out, have our answer. That is one. Hey, this was just an example, by the way. You can just simply cancel out the units in equation. If you are good at mental math, you can simply do maths equation in your head and solve it out. Select the preferred answer, such as if they are asking, there is a 5-year-old boy, 10-year boy, 10-year-old boy. Sorry for my fluctuation in term. Uh, so what would be their age after 100 years? So you can simply apply logical maths in your mind and have answer. Right. So yeah, that is it for this one. Afterwards, let me just move forward. These are the solutions that I earlier did for solving the tips and tricks for you guys. Let me just move forward. Okay, I would like to give last three tips, two tips you can say, for SAT basic maths, that you can improve it out. Okay, so the tip is, second last tip is, if we have only one variable, right? For example, t plus 5 upon t minus 5 equals to 10. If we have only one variable on the other side, then multiply it by its own denominator on both sides. If we have only one variable on the other side, then multiply by its own denominator by each side. Now let's multiply it on each side. That is how you will find your answer. That is how I've mentioned it right here, and that is how the tip works, and that is the major thing. This is known as conjugating on both sides in mathematical terms. You can simply say it by consuming the fact that is multiplying it on both sides. Okay, so the next step is, in equality, make sure that to keep questions equivalent. For example, if the equality question is asking that minus 8x plus 2x equals to minus 8x plus minus 3x, so you would simply do it like this: minus 8x plus 2x equals to, according to the word problem, right, equals to minus 8x plus 3x. So then you can simply go through it, solve it, simplify it, and have your answer. The last trick would be, get rid of fractions when solving quadratic equation. For example, x square plus k upon 2, then you can simply multiply 2 on both sides, 2x square. Of course it would be continued. I have just written as an example, just as an example, plus k, and the 2 again would be shifted on the next side and get multiplied by the term. Yeah, so again you will apply the same rule as I did earlier, up multiplying it on the both side. That is how our last step works. Sorry for fluctuation in my tongue today, because I'm recording it at very late night. I was not having enough time at the day, that's why I'm doing it at night. So yeah, that is it for today. I hope you liked the video. Bye bye, sayonara, see you tomorrow.